Hi, I'm Steven Sutherland, founder of Guardians of Greatness. Guardians of Greatness was organized to solve socioeconomic problems around the world. Let's solve some problems. In Nigeria, people are massacred by the dozens every week. Sometimes they're massacred by the hundreds in a day. For example, on Christmas 2023, jihadists organized a massacre against 20 villages at the same time. 200 people were killed, thousands were wounded, 221 houses were burned down. Some were burned alive in their home. This happens often. Up to 30,000 were forced into IDP camps, and jihadists refused to allow them back onto their land, their farms, and villages, which is approximately 300,000 acres of land. So look at the destruction they created. Since that day, the military and government allowed the jihadists to settle on the land. From that Christmas all the way to now, the jihadists told them that when they finish taking all the land in the area, they will come back to the IDP camps and force them to follow their religion or whatever. So this means they would have to dress like this. So the people are sitting in the camp waiting until jihadists come back to attack them or kidnap them to force the boys and the girls into the ranks. The attacks have continued from then to this day. So the government is not the ones who are going to fix this because they have never fixed this before. There are 2.3 million Nigerians in IDP camps across Nigeria, and they were not repatriated back to their home. They're not given their home. The Fulani jihadists are allowed to rename the properties and claim them as their own. All right, so this is not something that, oh, let the government fix it. It's not that type of story. Okay, so some people might ask, why am I so motivated to do this? So I'll tell you. The women who are being massacred remind me of my own mother. My mother was from that type of environment where her family were farmers. She used to walk barefoot for like a miles to school and that type of a situation. My father had a third grade education, right? So when I look at the folk being massacred, it just reminds me of my family and stuff. So what I'd like y'all to do, because a lot of people won't care, they'll say, "Oh, this is not me. This is something far away." But just imagine that you are helping. So as far as I'm concerned, I believe like I'm helping another version of myself or another incarnation of myself. Imagine if that was you in that situation. Would you want the people of the world to ignore and enjoy their life? Okay? I'm sure you would want people to do something to safeguard so that you have a chance to make a dramatic difference in your generation, right? So we care about those problems. I'm also inspired by Wakanda. They were resource rich and they should be living like that. But those folk are impoverished by all sorts of things, including jihadists. So we can fix that. I'm also motivated because I actually graduated from Howard University's College of Medicine, but I decided to focus on solving these socioeconomic problems that are not solved. They're getting worse while the Western society is getting richer and richer. I actually worked on several problems like this in the past. For example, in Haiti, I was working on the issue with the gang violence, you know, and so I gained some experience from that. In Baltimore City, I have my program set up to for those young people. That's where you see the clothes here and the banners and so on. That's for my program to stop gang violence. So I gained some experience and wisdom from that. Earlier on, I was in Plateau State, Nigeria, and I was working on some project for them. Right? They have four problems that we're going to solve. The land was taken away. 300,000 acres of land, we'll get it back. Their homes were burnt down, we'll build it back. We have a new technique to build houses very, very economically, but more beautiful than it was before. I have separate video on that. Their communities are defenseless. We're gonna set up Wi-Fi, community Wi-Fi cameras so that they can see for miles around and they can make adjustments to be safe, right? And they're living in poverty because their farming was not productive. They were subsistence farmers. And so what we're going to do is to give them some farming equipment so that they'll be able to be much more productive. Okay. Some of the villages also have no cellular service, so when they are attacked, they can't even call anyone. Actual entire villages have been wiped out like that. So that's the purpose of the community Wi-Fi. And the community Wi-Fi will help them to save money. They all struggle with mobile data. Okay, by setting up the Wi-Fi, then they'll get the free mobile data and they'll basically enter into the 21st century. All right, so the plan of the jihadists is to enslave the people when they come back to them, or just attack them, predatory attacks, and then enslave them. But we're going to put them out of the slavery business. So this project is urgent. People should not feel like, oh, this is something they could wait around for and so on. Unfortunately, I believe that there is nobody else in the world who would do a project like this. If you think that you know somebody who would do a project like this, please ask them. Okay? So this is a unique opportunity. I'm motivated, highly motivated, and I've designed everything that sort of needs to be done. You understand? And as soon as the GoFundMe reaches a certain level, then what I'll do is that I'll purchase all the materials, I'll test it here, and they'll see it on video down there, and then I'll hop on the airplane and we'll set stuff up extremely fast. All right? We'll solve those problems. You have my guarantee on that. Okay? So please support the GoFundMe.
Please support our GoFundMe as generously as you can. We want to get there as soon as possible. Our GoFundMe link is in the bio. Without your support, this project would be impossible.